True delight is in finding out rather than knowing, and Porsche has long delighted in offering customers the open-air experience.
And it seems UK buyers, they can't get enough of them. But is a Porsche 911 without a roof going to match the class-leading dynamics of its coupe sibling? And is a convertible of any use here in the UK, where a sunny day is an unusual day? Well, why not join me, Roger Bailey, to see if we can get our hands on the very latest Porsche 911 Cabriolet and to see if we can figure this one out. Hello, I'm looking to drive the best Cabriolet in the world. Can you help me?
Of course I can.
What's a man got to do to get a woman like you? What's a man got to do to touch a woman like you? What's a man got to do to get a woman like you?
They are such nice people down here at Porsche Centre Chester. I bought several cars from them, I've had them serviced, always first class service, highly recommended. First impressions, it's actually very comfortable. And it's quick. And it's not just UK buyers that love soft tops, that's cabriolets, speedsters, targas, roadsters, call them what you will. 1 in 3 Porsche 911s sold globally are open topped, and the Porsche 911 convertible has been a staple of the lineup since 1982.
And here in the very latest 911 992, lowering the roof is as easy as lowering a window. Simply one touch of a button and a party trick commences.
So, should we press that button now? Alright then. That's a cinch.
And we discover a mesh wind deflector automatically deploys, and when it's in place it holds back most of the draft, and then
Back up again is just as easy, of course.
closed coupe cabin is no more than another 12 seconds away.
And I think we should spend a few moments just gazing upon this masterful creation. And as this is my hometown, it's the Wirral, I know the very place, and it is just along this road. Nearly there. This is the lovely town of Caldy, and soon we'll be in the next town, which is West Kirby, by the sea.
In some ways, our 911 looks at its best with the roof raised. The top of the windscreen is so low and the window line so shallow that it looks as sleek and as low-slung as one of Porsche's Speedster models, while at the back the roof tapers seamlessly into the rear bodywork, giving this car the same profile as the coupe. The 911 992 was conceived from the very beginning to have a roofless variant, and much of the designer's work to maintain the necessary rigidity lies unseen. Die-cast aluminium structures lie deep within, while chassis members are extruded aluminium, giving all the integrity and solidity we expect of a Porsche. And while convertibles add a whole added dimension to our driving enjoyment, they have been known to disappoint some of the most serious drivers when they compare them to their equivalent hardtop versions. However, this Cabriolet is at a variance.
So what do I mean by that?
Well, what I mean is that I don't believe anyone can tell this Cabriolet apart from the coupe when it comes to hard, fast driving, and I know of another place just along this road where I can explain this a little bit more.
So just to see what this car is actually really like, because I want to tell you about the handling and the performance, we're better than Anglesey Circuit.
And then there's the responsiveness of the throttle, the braking which can only be experienced and not described, and the level of grip on offer is mesmerising. Of course, visits to motor racing circuits are few and far between. It's a long, twisty public road which is the habitat in which the 911 Cabriolet really stands out from the competition. Here we find body lean is virtually non-existent, while beautifully weighted steering that's both communicative and linear in its responses mean you can push right up to the limit of adhesion with utter confidence. The sports exhaust bellows out loud into the air, a huge turbocharged hit of 450 brake horsepower and an even more useful 391 pound-feet of torque instantaneously get to work on those alloy wheels, making our four-wheel drive 992 hit 60 miles an hour from a standstill in just 3.4 seconds and onto a hair lifting, should you happen to have a decent amount of hair, 190 miles per hour. And then there's the other peerless Porsche ingredient, which is the unique satisfaction one gets from the flick of the wrist steering and its tactile feedback. This sort of engagement is a Porsche 911 thing, and it's always been this way because the engine is mounted out back behind the rear axle, thus removing weight from the front wheels. And so there are now fewer reasons not to buy the 911 Cabriolet than at any point in its long history. Its roofline is now sleek and coupe-like, refinement with the roofing position is the same as the coupe, and the Cabriolet structure is entirely rigid. There are very few criticisms to be made here. A minor nitpick was that, well, water that dripped in when rolling the window down on a wet day. There's some road noise, but that's an ever-present Porsche 911 thing, and of course, this high-end quality and exclusivity does not come cheap. Even the base models hit six figures, values of used ones remain high, and the waiting list for a new one is measured in years rather than months. And so you may ask, is this Porsche 911 value for money these days? To which I say, try looking for an alternative, and you'll understand when I say the money Porsche asks for a 911 992 is the price of resisting compromise. And I have to add here by reaffirming that the pleasure that's derived from the simple process of driving one of the world's greatest cars is something that is unquantifiable.
The appeal of a convertible Porsche 911 is clear and obvious. You could drop the roof by a simple press of a button, revel in that flat six soundtrack and feel the wind in your hair. Well, you might. And of course, this highly capable sports car does all the practical stuff as a 911 always does. That it is mesmerisingly dynamic is something I never doubted. However, the surprise is that to drive, we discover this 911 can't be distinguished from its hardtop coupe sibling, meaning hardtop or softtop makes little difference. So, if you want one of the world's greatest sports cars, it's right here. The fabulous 911 992 Carrera, and I'll take mine roof down. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you click this little notification bell, I'll let you know when I've posted the next video.
Make your legs start to shake when I pop your hood. I give you all my money, I give you all my honey. So what's a man got to do to get a woman like you? If I got to beg, or if I have to plead, or if I have to fight, or if I have to bleed, if I tell a lie, or if I speak the truth, well, tell me, baby, what's a man? Oh, what's a man? What's a man got to do?